run the air cadet. The man who soon will be the air corvette. Today we iron out our flaws and our kinks in the crazy old ink. But tomorrow we fly, we'll be rolling the sky. He plans a future age. A flying navigator or a bombardier. When we get wings in the air, we'll be the kings of the air. The nation cheers, the world reveres. The men who once were the air cadets. Future age, a flying navigator or a bombardier. When we get wings in the air, we'll be the kings of the air. The nation cheers, the world reveres. The men who once were the air cadets.
Declare that they now possess definite proof that Danny Collins, Scrapper McKay, Jinx Roberts, and Zombie Parker are implicated in the murders of Major Elliott and George Bolton.
I'm afraid that does it. Even though I still think they're innocent. I never knew the boys as well as Major Elliott did. But I do know they thought the world and all of him and worshipped George Bolton.
Major Charles Gray's office? No, this is his secretary. Just a minute. It's Captain Carson, sir, calling from Bolton's.
Major Gray speaking.
I just wanted to know if Bill Elliott ever mentioned a place called Anchor Bond to you. She didn't, eh? Now, that's all for the present, sir. Thank you.
What is it now, Captain?
Thanks for coming over so promptly, Mr. Galt. I've looked over Bolton's papers thoroughly and failed to find any reference to Anchor Bond. I wish you'd look over them to make sure.
Well, you know I'd be only too glad to do anything I can to help you, especially if it'll help those boys.
They'll need help. They definitely seem to be working for the Black Hangman.
What? How's that possible? Where are they?
I don't know, but I'm afraid they're at some Nazi hideout.
Colby will be right down, sir.
Good.
Why didn't we discover this before? Yeah, then we wouldn't have had to climb up 10 flights on that fire escape.
We'll take it up to the top floor and work down.
It seems to be the only way we can find them. Anymore. Say, Danny, wasn't that an explosion we heard?
Yeah, and it came from down below where Scrapper and Zombie are.
Do you think we ought to take a chance in this crate?
We've got to be sure. We're taking the stairs.
Right.
Wait a minute.
they get away?
They'll scatter. The odds favor at least one out of the four it's giving us. We better put out the fire.
Fire's burning itself out. It's only chemicals. It looks worse than it is.
Yes, but those boys will bring the police here.
I know that, but I think we better use the time before the police arrive to fix a surprise for them.
Well, there's nothing about anchor bond in these.
I was afraid you'd say that. It's possible the Black Hangman or the boys took such records, if there were any.
What makes you so sure that the Black Hangman is interested in the caves of Anchorban?
Because when I mentioned the name to him, he denied ever having heard it. And I could tell by his excitement he was lying.
I'd say he has them.
Why?
Well, that's why he doesn't need the boys anymore and tried to turn them over to the police.
Good reasoning. By the same token, the boys can't know much, or he wouldn't dare let the police question them. Carson speaking. Who did you say? Cadet Collins. Yes?
Yes, sir, that's the place. That's where you'll find the Black Hangman's headquarters. What did Captain Carson say? He's going there right now.
Well, swell, let's just go too.
No, we've got another lead. This is the address of the man we saw in that plane accident.
His name's Tanner. Zombie and I heard one of the men talking about him.
We'll pick up Tanner while the police pick up the other three, is that it? That's what we're going to try. And then we'll take Mr. Bolton's fake map of Anchorban to Mr. Galt. If we don't catch the Black Hangman this time, we never will.
But, Captain, the boys are probably leading you into a trap.
I don't think so. I believe they're out to get revenge on the Black Hangman for trying to get rid of them.
Well, one thing is certain. If the boys' tip is right, it'll give you a lead on the Black Hangman.
To him and the boys, if you don't mind the risk, come along.
I'll gamble. Well, there's been a fire here recently, but nothing serious.
Well, God, I guess I'm it. I expected a trap, not the oldest gag in the book. Those boys tricked me into coming here.
Oh, I see what you mean, so they could go to Bolton's. Well, what do they want there?
That's what I'm going to find out.
I'll have to take a rain check. Do you mind dropping me uptown?
I'll be glad to. It's on my way, and thanks for everything.
Not at all.
We'll be awful lucky if the police don't spot us before we get there. I know it, but what else can we do? It's the only way we can get to Tanner.
Our trick worked better than I thought.
Yeah, it fooled Herr Gold as well as Captain Carson.
Right now, I wouldn't mind the police picking us up. They'd give us a ride. If you want one that bad, we'll give it to you.
Have you located Bolton's chart yet?
No luck. If it's still in existence, those boys must have it.
That's why I'm here. I think I know how to put my finger on them. I'm pretty sure they know where Tanner lives. And Tanner will sell us out in a minute. Maybe I'd better pay him a visit.
Good idea, Corby.
Here it is. Tanner's on the second floor, 212. Up we go. Wait a minute. We don't know what we'll run into. Scrapper, you come with me. Zombie, you watch out here, and Jinx cover the alley.
Right. I hope we get proof we didn't disgrace the flying cadets.
You're not hoping any more than I am, Scrapper.
Hello, Tanner speaking. Oh, hello, boss. What? No, I haven't seen anything of those kids. You think they know this address and will come over here? Well, if they do, your worries about them will be over. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, bye, boss. Who is it? Like a light.
Hey, we better search this place.
Yes, and it's lucky I came as fast as I did. What happened?
Two of those kids came, said they were messengers.
Where did they go?
Must have got out the back window and down the fire escape.
Listen, Tanner, I want to talk to you. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Sure, I'm not dead yet.
You always wanted to know about the caves of Anchorbarn. Well, here are the facts. Galt is the only man who knows the way to them.
Yeah, him and that map.
Don't worry about the map. I know what's in those caves.
That must be the Black Hangman. If it is, he thinks the map is real. That's one good thing.
It's worth more money than you can count. We could use some of it, couldn't we?
Sure, but how do we get it?
Easy. Grab Galt, show off in his own plane, and make him take us to the caves.
Say, that sounds like a cinch. Tell me, what's in those caves?
Never mind that. It's something Germany has to have to win the war.
Are you kidding?
Certainly not. I know.
Now, you listen to me, Corby. I'm an American. Most guys would say I'm not a very good one because I've done 3 stretches in the big house. But I'd spend the rest of my life there standing on my head before I'd sell out to that Hitler mob.
That's the way you want it?
That's the way I want it.
That is the Black Hangman. And we can't do a thing. Sounds like he's gone. Well, there's one thing you have to hand this man Tanner. He wasn't a traitor.
Yeah, I know, but let's get out of here.
Wait a minute. I want to phone Mr. Galt.
Hello. Danny Collins? Where are you?
That doesn't matter, Mr. Galt. Can we come out and talk to you? You're in danger. The Black Hangman is a man named Corby, and he's planning to kidnap you. Okay. And if Zombie here hadn't gone into a store to buy gum, we might have even captured Corby ourselves.
Corby must have left that hangout you warned Captain Carson about just before Carson got there, and then came to Tanner's just after you did. One thing is certain, Corby is a Nazi, and he's probably the Black Hangman. What about that map he was so interested in?
Well, we've got it, but it's a fake. Mr. Bolton told us so when he was drawing it.
He planned to use it as bait to catch the Black Hangman.
I see.
Why worry about that phony map? If you can help us get Corby, everything will be cleared up.
Well, we can handle him easily enough. I'll just phone the police to pick him up.
Why, do you know him?
I should. He's my pilot. He was to fly me to Bridgeport this afternoon. I'll have you boys do it instead. That'll protect me and keep you out of the hands of the police until Corby's captured.
Well, we'll sure take care of you, Mr. Galt.
Good. Now run down to the garage and get my car out while I phone the police. Hello, Carson? This is Galt talking. Yes, say, listen, I think those boys are hanging around my office.
I'll be right over.
Thank you, Captain. City Airport. Arthur Galt speaking. Is my plane gassed? Auxiliaries and all? Fine. Will you warm up the motors for me? Thank you very much. Kidnap. The boys. Plane. City airport. Get me to the city airport right away. Has Mr. Galt's plane left yet?
Yes, about 15 minutes ago. He had 4 young fellows with him.
Where's your phone?
Right inside.
Carson talking. The boys wanted in the Black Hangman case have just abducted Arthur Galt and Galt's plane. Get after them. They've got about 20 minutes start on you. Head east by south.
East by south. That'll take us out over the Atlantic.
I know it. I'll explain later. For the time being, take my word for it, it's all right. I never planned to go to Bridgeport.
Okay, Mr. Galt, if you say so. This doesn't make sense to me, Mr. Galt. There's nothing but ocean out this way till we hit Africa.
That's where we're heading. You boys are coming with me instead of Corby and Ralph. I received a letter from Professor Mason this morning. It was delayed. I think that's what the Black Hangman is really after.
Galt is a good enough lawyer to be in the Gestapo.
Tells me how to get to the caves of Anchorage. We're going to find out what makes them so valuable that Germany wants them.
With Corby in jail and us helping you, I'd do more than square things for us back at the school.
That's the least I can do to justify George Bolton's faith in you. In the meantime, we might as well make ourselves comfortable.
You can make yourselves comfortable, Mr. Galt. We need you. Brown, take over the controls. Set the automatic pilot.
You heard what he said.
Get out.
You shouldn't have telephoned the field about your plane if you wanted to keep your takeoff a secret. Sit down.
The automatic pilot said east for Africa.
Open that door.
Get me one of those parachutes.
Throw it out. Now follow it.
Without parachutes?
You will need parachutes. The water is soft.
Are you kidding?
Jump!